Hello and welcome. Today we are going to start our Lego Live Build series where every Friday evening we'll be putting a large Lego set together for use on display behind me. We're in a brand new location and it's just something that needs to be tidied up sooner rather than later. So in today's episode what we're going to do, we're going to actually get this opened, have a look at the box artwork as normal, instruction manual, how many bags there are, and just what the contents of this set looks like. Then following Friday, the plan is that I'm going to spend about 90 minutes putting this together, do it as a speed build. Every bag I can then talk about it and then we can get it uploaded as another premiere and then we can just go from there and it'll be a 4 or 5 episode thing. By the time that's done, fingers crossed, the backdrop will be in, the new lighting will be in and I can get the internet down here. Then what we can do is we can then go into a proper Lego Live series with a slightly larger set which will be up for discussion very, very soon. It might be coming down to the new back box or the new Harry Potter set, depending on what you guys and girls would like to see, and then that is something that we can then put together as a new Lego Live series. So, but for the first ever series that we're going to do, which is like a live but not live, we are going to be attacking this Batman Tumbler. Now this is brand new to me, it is sealed, I've only just recently picked this one up, so I've been after something like this for a long, long time. I'm really looking forward to getting the minifigures and everything on display. So plan of attack, like I said, for episode number 1 is we'll get the box open, check out the content, check out all the box artwork, then I'll explain in a little bit more detail of all the plan of attack of what is to come throughout this series. Right, all 3 tabs are cut. I know it's a little bit dark, the sun keeps coming in and out through the window, but it is what it is. Now we'll get over it. Now there looks like there's quite a lot in here, and the one thing that I was quite intrigued about is to see just the size and the girth of that. Look at the size of that wheel. Now don't forget there's 4 of those, so this thing is going to be absolutely massive on display. So I'm really looking forward now to putting this together. This size of this is 104 by 44. In comparison to a normal wheel, this thing is huge. Now what I want to do, rather than tipping everything out and knocking the camera and everything over, I want to try and grab the instruction booklet, which is obviously this thing just here. Now I can take all the bits and pieces out because it won't slap across. Then we can take a look at the box artwork. So if I stand up and give this a good pour, we can just see, hopefully, how much is on the inside of this. Lots and lots and lots still going. So there we go, there are lots and lots of bags. So we'll go through all the bags in a second, but first thing first, we'll start with the box artwork. So as normal, we'll start in the top left, but this time we're actually going to start on the flaps. You can see it's from the Dark Knight trilogy. Hopefully the sun isn't reflecting too much. And then as we come down, you can see you've got the really nice Batman symbol. So that is what you're going to be looking at if it is on the shelf. As we come down to the bottom left-hand corner, it's a Lego set, obviously 18 plus, set number 76240, 2049 pieces. Now, like I said, this thing is absolutely massive. It is literally a tank. So as you come up to the top, you can see it says the Batman Tumbler up at the top, and then as we come through and round, you can just see the size of this. I'm really interested to see what this is going to look like on the shelf. So box spun round, starting at the top left again, coming all the way down to the very bottom. You can now see some bits and pieces from the actual film. So that is from the film itself, and then as we're coming through to the bottom, we have got a 43.7 or 17.2 inches in length, 16.5 centimeters or 6.4 inches height, and you can see it comes with its really nice platform, and it has its own little minifigure stand as well. And the nice thing is, which I do believe this is still a sticker, because the new ones now are not, they are a print. It has everything on there with regards to weight, speed, acceleration, and everything like that. So that'd be really interesting to get to when we get to that part in the build. And you can see just how sturdy that stand looks. And again, there we go, that is the size of the wheels. Now, starting with the size of the wheels, I have them right beside me because I thought they would get in the way. That is the amount of rubber that comes within this set. This is going to be one chunky thing. So if you think that is going to be the width of it with the exhaust pipe in the middle, so it's already looking absolutely massive. So I'm really looking forward to getting this on the stand, on the backdrop, and then start to make a really nice display out of everything. So what we need to do first is I need to put you down there, that needs to move, and then this needs to come in. So the instruction booklet itself, it is a big thing, as you can see. So just reposition the camera just so you can see it a little bit easier. Now it is stuck down by 3 bits at the top, so we can just rip them clean off. And obviously I have I've not really done, as per normal, much research on this. Not actually seen many videos on this either, nor have I seen the instruction booklet. So we're going to see this together for the first time. Right, first thing, lots of stickers. So we'll have a look at them first. So as you can see, there's quite a few stickers, but if we bring it in close, that is all the information regarding the actual tumbler itself. So you can see it's got max speed, acceleration, width, height, engine fuel. And then as we come up, you've then got all of the other different stickers. So there are 11 of them on there. Obviously, loads of them are going to be auto inside the cockpit, I would imagine. What the one I am a bit confused of is why we have a random number 12. So obviously they couldn't fit it on that little bit of paper for whatever reason, so we have this as well, which I'm guessing is going to be part of their targeting system, I would imagine. So that would go in the same place. So I don't think any of the stickers go on the outside, because obviously it is jet black. But that looks like that's all the stickers that are included within this set. Now coming back in to the instruction booklet, here we go, and this is what it is. And it is an absolute chunk, as you would expect, because it does look like it's going to have a couple of mix of Technic pieces in there as well. But I think that's the back. No, that is the front. So that is the front of it, and there is nothing on the back whatsoever, and there's nothing on the side. So it is a very different instruction booklet, because it doesn't even have the Lego symbol on. So it almost looks like they wouldn't have forgotten to have put it on, but it doesn't even look like it's an official Lego thing. Right, coming over, what do we have? We said I've got to get myself one of those. Obviously that is the Batman, well, it just says James Gordon's reaction to the Batmobile in Batman Begins in 2005. I thought they would have used Does It Come in Black as the thing, because I thought that was a pretty cool thing when you saw it for the first ever time. That is the Lego version with obviously the fancy artwork and everything behind it. Coming over onto the next page, we've then got speed, agility and brute force all on that bit, and it says all about the different bits and pieces. And then on this side you just have the design progress of obviously how they put the different bits and pieces with regards to the original on the left hand side. So that might be like the original sort of toy, and then on the right hand side that is the Lego bit itself. So it does look very, very clever, and obviously some of you like the studs, some of you might not, but it'll be interesting to see what it looks like built. Now we've got the meet the designer, so we are meeting Jesper, I do believe. The Batmobile is like a charging animal, is what that says right at the very, very top. That's what the camera isn't picking up, because his booklet is so chunky. If I tip it around like that, you can see it on the stand. So it looks like you're going to get some nice angles, and that white bit at the bottom, that looks like it's the sort of main Technic pin chassis, and these things just here, they are super, super strong. And with regards to how that bit's built just at the bottom, I would imagine it would spin, so that'll make it interesting with regards to actually getting angles and stuff. Coming on to the next bit, so we're still going, we've got the interview with the graphic designer. And you can see just there obviously how important that minifigure is, and then that is with Adam, having worked on the 2014 Tumbler. So he worked on the original one. He says the progress is a little bit like Deja Vu, so there are some differences, but I do believe this one is slightly stronger than the other ones. I think the other one was a little bit fragile, so I do believe this isn't the sturdiest either. So me and my luck of dropping stuff, it's more than likely going to fall off the shelf and smash. And we are still going with this instruction booklet. So it says fasten your seatbelts, ready to step into the cockpit and experience a new power of the Batmobile. We recommend turning the lights down low and clearing some space on your schedule. Yes, it's going to be an interesting build. So like I said, with regards to the build, what I am going to do is I'm going to spend sort of an hour and a half a week putting this together, and then see if we can do it in stages. So if, say for example, if I can get the first 3 bags done, they're just making this up now, but if I can get the first 3 bags done in an hour and a half, perfect. So that's one video. Bag 4, 5, 6 will be the second part, and then 7, 8, 9 will be the third part, and then the final part would be 10 and 11. And obviously what I can then do is maybe put a full speed build of all the bags together at a later date, and then it's just something for you guys and girls to watch if you just wanted to watch that process instead. But it's taken us 16 pages to get to what we need. So bag number 1, and then that is the first thing that you do, and obviously it looks like there's quite a lot of bits and pieces going on in that section. So what we'll do, as always, we'll go straight to the back. What have they got at the back? Now they always put the parts in, so you can see that they've got all the bits and pieces on the parts. have they got anything with regards to any of the sets? No, all it does, it finishes just at the top, just here, and it has all to do about just the 2 minifigures that you put together. So the last thing you do is actually the stand, and that is what it's supposed to look like complete on the stand itself. So I think it does look very, very impressive, and I think it's going to have a massive presence on the shelf behind, obviously going with the other Batmobile as well, so the 89 Batman that's up at the top, and potentially, obviously, if we do end up getting the other set, which would be the Batcave, all of that could be on its own shelf. But that is one big instruction booklet. Right, we'll take a closer look at the bags. So moving on to the bags, I was going to make them all fancy, and I've just ended up throwing them on top of each other, because what I didn't realise is that there is actually 4 number 1s, which is always going to be fruity, because I much prefer bite-sized chunks, so you can just have a quick look at one of the bags, get it done, it doesn't take up too much space. There's a couple of, I think there's 2 3s, 4 1s, 2 4s, which you can see here. There's a 5, there's a 6, I think there's then 2 7s, 2 8s, there's 1 10, and then one of the 2 11s. So some are doubled up, some are quadrupled up. So there's your 2 3s just there, so I did start putting them together. And then there's an odd 9, 8, 7, 6 and a 5. 2 4s just in there, 2 2s there, and then 4 number 1s. So there is a lot of stuff going on this table, so I might need to get a second table by the looks of it. That is the unboxing segment done and finished. Not the smoothest, because it's a little bit tight still at the moment until I've got all the space and everything sorted, but hopefully you get the idea. So by the looks of it, I can and should have enough time to do 3 bags in about an hour, hour and a half. It's going to be maybe over a 4 episode thing, and then like I said, it's going to be speed built, and then I'll just talk about each stage as we go. Do it as a live build series, be with you every Friday night, so I'll be talking to you guys and girls in the chat. And then if something that we like and we start getting a good group of people together, I then do want to do this as a true Lego live build series, where every Friday, if possible, or every fortnight, I can then start putting the larger sets together. And obviously there's a lot of large sets coming out, because you have got the Avengers Tower that's going to be coming out at some point. You've obviously got the new Batbox, which is currently out, and then as the time of me filming this, they have just announced the new Harry Potter set as well, which looks absolutely fantastic. So that'll be going up into the Lego room at some point, fingers crossed. So again, in the comments below, if this is something you're looking forward to or you want to take part in, give us a shout, because fingers crossed we might be able to start doing some different other little bits and pieces, doing joint builds and stuff like that. And keep your eyes peeled for Jay's Toy Collection UK making a special appearance at some point as well, for maybe some crossover stuff that we got planned. He doesn't quite know about that yet, but we'll fingers crossed we'll get that done. But I think as the first part of this live build series that isn't a live build goes, I think we're done. So guys, if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. In the comments below, let us know what you think with regards to, have you got the Bat Tumbler? Do you like it? Do you like this one better? Because obviously you can see that one in the background, so I'm going to be doing some comparison videos of that as well. There's lots of little bits and pieces going to be coming that I can do slightly different for this display, which I've not ever been able to do for the theme park display that we've got in the big Lego room. That Lego room hasn't been abandoned, it just needs a lot of sort of structural work doing to it, hence why I've sort of come into this bit, which is completely out of the way, and we're just starting from scratch. But guys, that is it. I am done. So as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I hope to catch you next one. Ta-da.